Hi guys, it's gonna be another mukbang just because I wanna talk about Bridgerton. I have my husband right here. Say hi.
Hi.
But he's not eating right now. I got sushi, a lot of sushi. So I got salmon and then like baked salmon. I don't know what it's called. And then I have I'm trying to show you the squid, octopus, and then the fish egg. I forgot what they're called. And then some rolls. I'll show them as I go through. Oh, and behind here I have seaweed salad and wasabi. And I brought my own ginger, which is here underneath now. I'll make room for it here in a minute, but yeah, I want to talk about Bridgerton. I watched all 3 seasons. Oh, where's my soy sauce? There it is. And I got a lot to say from season 2 mostly. But I don't want to make this a season 2. I don't have. Oh wait, I do have my container for soy sauce. Can you go get it, please? Anyway, I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna eat some seaweed salad while Hubby gets my container that I bought for soy sauce. This sushi is from like a market here called City Market, which is like a grocery store, but it is a grocery store, but they have sushi on a buffet where you can just,
You're welcome.
thank you, pick whatever you want on like a little tray, and it weighs, you weigh it, and then that's, you know, what you pay. So I paid like 14 euros for this, which is about 15 bucks. All right, we're gonna put it here.
Put it in here. Put it in there.
In there.
Yeah, in
All right, we're gonna eat, and then we're gonna talk. So if you have never seen Bridgerton, and you don't want spoilers, you might not want to watch this video because I'm gonna go ham on it. But Bridgerton is basically like a what era is it? Late 1800s.
It's like mid 18. I thought it was like 1850s and 60s.
Yeah, like a make-believe world in London. It's kind of like Gilded Age, which was late 1800s, but this was before, like, you know, Pride and Prejudice, that kind of stuff. And I love that stuff. I love, ever since I watched Pride and Prejudice, I got wasabi in my throat now. The miniseries with Colin Firth, I think. And who was the lady? I don't remember. That was a big mouthful. Yeah, ever since I watched that series, I've been loving these kind of shows. And so Bridgerton is in that era, same genre. Well, that one had surimi and avocado and red onion with some masako on top and spicy mayo. This one has the same stuff inside, but looks like just some sesame seeds and maybe some wasabi stuff on top. Wasabi sauce or mayo or something. So yeah, so I watched Bridgerton and overall I loved it. there's 3 seasons. I loved the last season the best with Penelope, like finding herself and blooming into who she is. And I just with Penelope, like I really loved her character build up in the 3rd season, because you know they just portrayed her as a child and a chubby girl that nobody's interested in the first 2 seasons. And that's kind of real life, you know. I was a chubby girl. Nobody was interested in me when I was growing up. And not because
I would have wanted you.
You know, I was chubby. You know, that's not to say that's why. But I was insecure and shy about my looks, you know. And I kind of like relate to Penelope in a way, that, but obviously not fully, because I wasn't going through like marriage proposals or like that kind of world. But yeah, like she was what I think she herself or somebody called her a wallflower. Like that's how they portrayed her. In the last season, from the very beginning, they started showing what beauty she has, and her charm and her personality started shining. And I'm like, yeah, like show her off. She's, you know, a beautiful person inside and outside. Plus she made something amazing for herself as Whistledown. And I loved how it wrapped up towards the end, how she was able to like save her face when it looked really bad for her. She was such a smart woman, you know. Anyway, so I did love the last season. I freaking hated, and I'm sorry to Tina's Yummy, because she said she loved the 2nd season. I hated the 2nd season. I almost didn't watch 3rd season because of 2nd season, because I hate Kate. I have many reasons why I hate Kate. I'm gonna start off from season 2 beginning. She was rude. She was rude to people who had done nothing to her. She was just very like cocky and
selfish,
and in that like very straightforward for an era where you're not like supposed to be like. She had no manners. Like she was rude to Lady Danbury. She would just be constantly like in like protective mode, but that made her really rude. Like, oh, we're gonna go here. Like, that's not how you're supposed to act when you come to London. And she was even like, the very first scene we saw of her with Anthony writing, like, I didn't even like that, because she was just like, I don't tell you my name, because I don't tell losers my name, ha ha ha, like trying to be all funny. And I don't like that. It's so, I don't know, like it's a childish way to flirt with somebody. Like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you my name. Like,
and that whole season she was like that. The whole season she was like,
no,
like
but
hating on that guy, but then like low key still like liking him. So it's like, that is super childish. If you like somebody, just be forward. Don't do the whole like, I'm gonna be an ass to this person, and then because I want his intentions to be towards my sister, but low key the reality is I actually like him myself.
So I was gonna get to that. So not only was she rude, I already didn't like her personality. Now she's trying to marry her sister to this guy that she low-key likes, and she's trying to bury her feelings, but she's not doing a good job at all doing that. Like, if you really wanted her to be with him, because in this era it's normal, like, you want to marry somebody suitable instead of like just purely because you love them, whatever. Even though the sister kept thinking, oh, I love him, even though, well, she was naive, but she was young. But like, if you're really gonna choose the path of like, I'm just gonna hide my feelings and have my sister marry this guy anyway, do at least like a mediocre job at that. But she was so bad at it. She like constantly put herself in a situation where she was alone with him in a room without a chaperone, which in that time you would have had to marry him or he would have had to marry you, because if somebody caught you alone with him, you would have dishonored her, whatever.
But he different.
And also, not only was she alone with him all the time, they were like literally almost kissing like 10 times. And then they did kiss, I think. When did they kiss? I don't know, but either way. And she let her go through with the wedding, and at the altar as her sister's maid of honor, she still couldn't hide her freaking feelings. She kept looking into him like in love and stuff. And this is your sister's wedding. You ruined her wedding. Not let alone, like, you should have never let her get to that point anyway, but like, since you did, you were just such an ass about it. And even during the whatever intermission that they took during the wedding, because she realized that they love each other, This is Masako, not Tamako, so it's a little saltier. I would have preferred it to be Tamako and less salty. Anyway. Even during the intermission, when the sister was trying to decide what she wants to do, if she wants to call off the wedding or not, because she realized her future husband is in love with her sister, because they couldn't hide for shit. Kate still found herself in situation with her sister's fiance. It was so infuriating to watch. Like, you literally over and over again went after your sister's fiance, but then you act like, no, I just want the best for her. I want her to marry him. No, you don't. You're just being freaking selfish and weird. Oh, and then she also, the fact that she hid the inheritance stuff from her sister, like, I just hated her in every possible way I could hate her. And whatever love scenes and, you know, kissing and loving and whatever she had, let me fix this lighting. I don't think I fixed it at all. She had with him, like Kate had with Anthony, I did not see it at all. I was just like, I don't care. Like, I skipped through those parts because I was like, this is just cringy and wrong and all kinds of crap. I forgot about Ginger. Yeah, I was really negatively hyped up about that whole thing. Like, I did not like Kate or Anthony with Kate or Kate with her sister, or Kate with Lady Danbury, or Kate with anybody. And then she acting like puppy eyes, like, I don't know what's going on. I never meant for any of this to happen. Well, Why'd you do it 20 times if you didn't mean any of that to happen?
It took so many episodes for her to like have that moment with that lady who was like not the queen, but
Lady Danbury.
yeah. Who was like looking right through her and was like, tell me what's going on, you know? And then she finally admitted, you know? It took forever.
And then, when, of course, at the end of the season, she gets married to Anthony. Because they're madly in love, despite her sister and whatever. Like, obviously, the whole season was building up to the point where she's gonna marry her sister's fiance anyway, which is already like, what the Anyway, as a sister, I would never forgive her, but whatever. When they did marry each other, I was like, yeah, I don't, now that means she's always gonna be in the Bridgerton seasons, and I hate that. But in season 3, I think maybe the directors realized that a lot of people hate her. And I did read from Reddit that they did her dirty on the series. Like, apparently there's a book about Bridgerton, and she was better in the book. But anyway, they did tone her character down a little. She was just loving and whatnot, but I don't like that anymore. I was so mad at her still. And I realized this is a show. This is a make-believe thing, but I can't. Anyway, and so then in the 3rd season, they showed her a little bit, not tons, but she did like have a moment with Colin, Anthony's little brother, and saying like, you know, nobody's perfect and whatever. And I was waiting for her to be like more like, I did this and that and the third and people forgave me. But no, it was just like a quiet little, well, people make mistakes. You know, they kind of tried to brush it off. Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, you made like a shoot ton of mistakes. And you hear like acting all lovey-dovey after all the drama you caused. Like, so much drama. I hate her. But Penelope made it worth it to watch season 3. So now I'm starting to watch. Oh, and I did like Daphne, but she was kind of, their situation in first season was kind of predictable too. Well, actually, here's what I'll say. Bridgerton seasons start early on. Predictable. Then halfway through, curveballs come. And then you don't know what's going to happen. So, you would think that first season is Daphne getting married to the Duke. And I think they got married halfway through. But then you still have another half season left of their drama. And so you're like, okay. Because another show might make the whole season about the build up towards the marriage. And now they're happily ever after. But this was more like half a season build up towards the marriage, which wasn't pretty. Which is kind of cool. You know, something different. And then the other half season, also not pretty. Going through like some struggles that they finally worked out. I like that. It's different. But I do wish I would have seen the Duke more. But he's not coming back after first season, so you don't see him after that. unfortunately, you see Kate in 2 seasons. Like, can't they just move on? I think they're moving. I think they did move to India, so you don't see Kate in season 4 next year, hopefully. Bye. Good riddance. I'm done. I'm very passionate about Bridgerton. It's one of my new favorite series ever. I'm watching Queen Charlotte now. I started watching it today. It's hard. I can only watch a little bit at a time. Literally. But yeah, so I watch. It takes me. I can't just binge watch in a couple of days. So it takes me weeks to watch these shows, but it's worth it. I do highly recommend Bridgerton. However, season 2 is frustrating if you're like me. And
hoes be hoeing.
yeah, we can't really say that truly about that era because they didn't. Well, she did sleep with him.
Boom.
Before she got into an accident.
Yeah.
She slept with him.
Yeah.
But so did Penelope.
Yeah, because I don't care what year it is.
Mm.
They every generation got them.
Daphne did everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. No, that's not true. She kissed the dude.
She sucked too.
Damn.
All these bitches.
Anyway, you guys should watch Bridgerton so you know what I'm talking about if you watch this and don't know what I'm talking about.
And by the way, I didn't, she got me into that show. I didn't want to watch. And then...
And you haven't seen season 3. It was really good.
Are they in New York yet?
No. But season 3, you should rewatch. I'll rewatch it.
These lady shows get
good.
Yeah, you can't help but to get hooked into it.
Whoops. Okay, I gotta clean up and we gotta drive home. Rolly's probably napping anyway. I'll see you guys in my next video, which is gonna be ASMR. This one had to be on mukbang because look how hyped up I got. So, yeah. I'm alive. I'm alive.
What?
No, I'm not gonna.
You gonna lie? You say that to me. She says I'm alive whenever we hang up the phone or we leave the house or separate. Like, all right, Dios me bendiga. I'm alive.
Because I messed up my words one time. I was gonna say like I'm gonna go. I love you. So instead,
so
the
I'm alive story. In the beginning, when we first started dating, would be on the phone and I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you later. I love you. Bye.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go. And then her words got mixed up because she was brand new in the country and her language wasn't, all there. And she said, I'm alive. And I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. So ever since that.
That's what we say.
We always say, yeah, whenever I leave the house or, all right, I got to go. Dios te bendiga is like, God be with you. It's just a thing that my family says. All right, Dios te bendiga. I'm alive. I'm alive. You. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And then she said it to y'all.
By accident.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you should say. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, I'm alive.
Bye. That one I did.